Hi campers, Mary here. Today I want to talk about DigestZen. It's just a little bit of So much of what we experience in life happens in our stomach and our digestive system and our gut. Even more than we've ever realized before. More and more research is showing us just how close a correlation there is between what's going on in our gut and what is going on everywhere else in our body. So maintaining healthy gut function is really, really important. As it turns out, it's not just uncomfortable. It can affect everything. Sometimes people actually are referring to our gut as our second brain. It makes almost as many decisions for us as our actual brain. So a lot of what we experience on an emotional level actually has to do with imbalance in our gut. All kinds of dis-ease in our body actually stems from things not being in balance in that gut region. So that could be things that are obvious, right? Like being constipated or bloated or gassy or nauseous or other end of the spectrum, having diarrhea, having just cramps. But then there's lots of things, like I mentioned, that are not actually quite as obvious a correlation. So like brain function, like I said, emotional well-being, as well as some like a lot of autoimmune things that are popping up actually have much to do with what's happening in our biome in our gut. So what can we do to help it out? We can also really store a lot of our anxiety or nervous energy in our gut. So having the tools on hand to help us navigate that is really important. So DigestZen, the oil, is awesome. It is one that you can use topically. I actually love using it topically. It works like instantly. It's crazy. It's one I turn to if I have a hangover and that queasy stomach. Oh my gosh, it's like an instant fix. But also any other kind of stomach upset. This is a great one. You can dilute it. You don't have to dilute it unless it's a kiddo or a person with sensitive skin. But diluting it actually, what diluting does is it stops the flash off that happens where the oils actually can evaporate and not all of them are penetrating into our skin. So when you are diluting with a carrier oil, you're not necessarily diluting the impact. You're actually helping to keep more of the oil going where it needs to go rather than just into the air. It has a component of fennel in it, which gives it a very distinctive black licorice smell and taste, which I love. I don't mind it at all. So I'm also really happy to just use it, like put a drop on my tongue or put a drop in a glass of water if I'm having any kind of stomach upset. Some people are not a big fan of that black licorice-y flavor, in which case putting things on the bottoms of your feet is a great option. You don't have to smell it. Those pores are really big. Things can get right into your system and be just as effective as using it anywhere else where you can actually smell it. There's also a product which I've never gotten because everybody in my house actually enjoys the flavor of the DigestZen, but there is a capsule that doTERRA makes that you can just pop, and that is a nice way to use it if you don't love the taste. The other way that we use it a lot, and by we, I mean my husband, who tends to get a lot of like kind of acid refluxy, heartburny, like discomfort in this area. There's a product called the Digest Tab, which makes me so happy. It's the DigestZen blend, but then with calcium carbonate as well, which makes it a lot like Tums. So that kind of gives some instant relief to discomfort kind of in the upper area of our digestive tract. So that's a great one to know about. A great one to have on hand when you're out and about. Maybe you've eaten a little bit of something that doesn't agree with you. You've had stuff that's a little more rich, and things just feel out of balance. This is a really nice way to bring them back into balance. There's a couple of other products that I just want to briefly mention. I'm not going to go too deep into them, but since we're talking about digestion and really how important it is to aid our digestive system, I'm just going to talk briefly about DigestZen, which is actually digestive enzymes. So these beautiful things help, first of all, honestly, they make me feel like when I actually take one with each meal, and I feel like things move through a little better. But also they're helping us get the most out of our food. They're really helping us digest and use those nutrients, like get those nutrients into a usable form for our body, rather than just passing right through us. So DigestZen is amazing. And then when things are maybe even a little bit more out of balance, or some people just really like to have a probiotic daily. The probiotic, doTERRA makes this PB Assist probiotic, which actually is what's called double encapsulated. So it looks kind of like a space age pill. Look at this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. So what happens is there's this outer capsule which gets digested by the and kind of destroyed by the digestive enzymes in our stomach, the stomach acid. The green part, the crazy green part, gets all the way down to our lower intestine, which is where we actually really need it. So that's a cool thing. It also comes in a PB Assist Junior, which is a whole lot like a pixie stick, which is so fun for everybody in the family, really. And then GX Assist is really our like a GX cleansing formula, which can help if you are feeling like things are kind of sluggish and not working well and not moving through. And I'm going to post a little bit about our sort of just a brief bit about the cleanse protocol with doTERRA. So keep that tummy happy and healthy. I'm happy to hear once again about how you guys are using this today, and whether or not you enjoy the flavor, and also a little bit about times you wished you had this and didn't. Ooh.